hello there, you beautiful, beautiful, amazing, wonderful people. This is video 2 of 2, or technically 3 of 3, if you're in the UK, because I posted the court hair and sort of trimmed, and that was after midnight. So for me, this is video 3 of 3. So I've done like a load of work today. Like, if you're in the US, I'm slacking, because I've only done 2. But anyway, so we get straight into the meat and potatoes as we talk in the aftermath of the I don't know what you can call it. It was a bit of a disastrous court hearing. That's what we'll call it. The disastrous court hearing, where we saw Maori basically explaining how all of the work that he had done, that he wasn't massively trained on, that he kind of got booted into the court to do everything the day before.
Make sure you've got this and go in there. What do you mean? Don't care, get in there. Fuck off.
You know, it was kind of that.
But I don't want to, tough. Why can't Payne do it? You do it.
You know what I mean? It was one of those, and then he sat there like like a rabbit in headlights, and that's what we saw yesterday. It was kind of like that, and I think to myself, Jesus, that is just like these hearings. This isn't even the trial. Can you imagine if this guy has got to go up against someone like Ray, for instance? This guy's gonna look like a drunk they found off the street. They're gonna be like, ooh. Where'd we get you, son? Where'd we get you? But yeah, that was a bit of a shambles. But it got me to thinking. After the dust settled, and I rarely got to kind of think about the hearing, because I watched it and listened to it all, and then I watched it again while I sort of edited it and trimmed bits out. So I watched it twice, back to back. And it got me to thinking, look, Brian Kohberger, at the moment, is seemingly appearing to be the motherfucking Teflon Don. Absolutely. Because nothing is sticking to this guy. And it worries me. Because you have either got a situation here where he didn't do it, and there is evidence to support that he didn't do it. Not only the complete and utter fucking shambles that there is on the peripheral of this, and all the other stories that you could kind of think, well, that could lead to a murder. There are other plausible stories around this, and Brian Kohberger still seems, as time progresses, to be the round peg and square hole, or square peg round hole. That would be better. You could probably put a round peg for a square hole. Not so much square. Depends how big the hole is. But what I'm saying is, yeah, there's plenty of stories that also make sense. If you removed Brian from the equation, there would be other people we would be looking at, and they would be incredibly, incredibly plausible scenarios. But Brian Kohberger, as we've moved through this, the dynamic has shifted. The entire dynamic has shifted, where you would expect at this stage the prosecution to be very, very confident in what they have and wanting to show the world, wanting to show everybody. As long as the defence didn't turn around and think, because they would normally be on the back foot, the defence would. They would be on the back foot because they would have all of this stuff coming at them that would be damaging to the client, and they would be trying to block it and arguing why it should be blocked and tying it up in legal jargon so that the public can't see it, because they'll just claim, you can't fucking show the public that, because then it's not fair on Brian. You know, if they find out that, you know, he had Murphy's tail in his apartment where he cut it off as part of his murder rampage spree, he's banged to rights. That's not fair. So, do you know what I mean? They have to do things like that. But we're not seeing that. In fact, we've seen a complete shift where it seems to be the prosecution who are controlling the gag. And that's a bit unusual. It's a bit unusual. And now we're seeing the likes of Maori fumbling and fucking around like he's trying to get off a brassiere at 12 years old. Do you know what I mean? It was embarrassing to watch. It was embarrassing to watch. I expect someone to go on the stand and be able to absolutely nail home what's going on. That they have done their homework, they've done their work, they know everything word for word, because what they've seen is based on fact. They've got it based on fact, and they can stand there and proudly say, I was involved in getting this guy who did this heinous crime in that fucking seat. And with the information that I held, and I'm proud of, we're going to nail him to the wall with it. But that ain't what happened. It was like, well, I can't remember. Oh, well, don't know. I'm unsure. Can't be shit. I wasn't the one who did it. I wasn't the lead. I was just the one who was told to do it. I just took a photograph of the screen, filmed it, sent it off, didn't save it. And it was a bit embarrassing. And nothing has seemed to stick. The IGG stuff, which the FBI have seemingly just gone, yep, yoink, we're out of here, see you later. Which again, for an entity to be so involved, so upfront, so integral to it, to now seemingly be like, yeah, see you later. I can imagine the FBI moonwalking off into the distance. And look, they could come back. At the end of the day, there is a deadline on discovery that's September, and we can't forget that. We've got to stick a pin in it. So there could be things happening later, but for now, the most part, it would appear that the FBI have just dumped them on their ass. We've got the hearing yesterday was literally like they got the stuff that they needed for it the day before. Almost like they created everything they needed for that hearing as a last-minute thing. Fuck, we're going there. It's like going to you've been told you've got a birthday party to go to, but you haven't got the person whose birthday is a present. And on the way to the party, you're stopping off at the spa and getting, not spa as in, we call spa shops, like corner shops in the UK. I thought when I said spa, you'd be thinking, why would they be having a spa before a party? What, to relax? Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that's pretty much the be-all and end-all of it. Nothing seems to be sticking. The cell phone data seems to be falling apart. Absolutely falling apart. This guy couldn't even string a sentence together, hardly. You've got the Petri dish, white Hyundai Elantra, that turned out to, in fact, not be a Petri dish at all. Instead, so clean you could likely eat your dinner off it, and yet no evidence of cleaning either. So no destruction of evidence evident in the white Hyundai Elantra. So what do we got? What is there apart from this knife sheath? That you've got two big questions with this now, and that is, was the knife sheath planted because Brian Kohberger had the finger pointed at him? They looked at all of the other evidence, and they knew how weak it was. They knew they had to have an ace in the hole. So they got this knife sheath and thought, with the knife sheath and everything, we've got a strong case. The problem is they didn't realise how much the knife sheath was going to be pulled apart. And it has been pulled apart. Or, if they didn't plant it, because again, it is a stretch, but we know what happens. It is a stretch, we know what happens. But, had to say that twice, just to ram that home to the people who have their head in the sand. These things happen. Police do plant evidence. But if they didn't plant it, they just get touch DNA, trace DNA onto this knife sheath. And that then, they think, hey, we've got our man, we've got him. I'm so excited. We can just build a case around it. Nothing else matters. I was thinking about a song, Nothing Else Matters. I was going to sing it, but I couldn't think of the lyrics right off the bat. But yeah, so they are there. They then have the blinkers on. Tunnel vision. Confirmation bias. Because there's DNA on the knife sheath that links this guy. Nothing else matters. They look at the phone data. We can make that work. We can make it fit. Got the white car in the area. We can make it fit. But everything is falling apart. And it gets to the point now where there's going to be three outcomes, isn't there? There's going to be three outcomes. And that is either Brian Kohberger is innocent of this crime, and he's going to be proven to be innocent of this crime. Absolutely proven innocent of this crime. And will be exonerated. And if you believe Eliza Masseth and Ann Taylor, they believe he's innocent. They believe he is innocent. And that is something that people have to genuinely take that on board. Both of them have said that he is innocent, and that ain't normal. Or you've got a situation where he gets found guilty, and even that has two spurs off it, because he either gets found guilty and he's got found guilty on exactly what we see here today, and that's just it, and it's the bias of the community and the damaging media that has actually convicted him, and it's just been like Inception. Don't think of a white elephant, and you think of a white elephant, and that's the bit that does it. Or you go in the opposite direction, away from that, and he's what can I say? Or you've got someone who is guilty, and he walks because of poor policing. Because they fucked someone up. Because I'll tell you what, this is how we are, and I'm going to leave you on this thought. At the moment, we have a timeline to a crime that is tied into a car and tied into a witness that originally didn't exist. Now, that may be explained, I've said this before, but the witness didn't exist at the beginning, or wasn't publicly made. We weren't made aware that they are a witness, but later on they were. You've got contradicting stories around that situation, between the families, between the individuals involved, and a potential for exculpatory evidence in the background that was seemingly blocked with a grand jury prior to the preliminary hearing. So they're important factors. We have a situation where Brian Kohberger's car had nothing found in it. Nothing found in it. Nothing found in his house, nothing found in his apartment, no evidence of stalking, no nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And you have this crime scene and this crime that's been tied into a very small window of time. And it's been done so off of the eyewitness account corroborating the bushy eyebrows and someone being in the house and this car being caught nearby on camera. But that has yet to be proven. We have a crime scene that has been destroyed, removed, buried, gone. If Brian Kohberger walks, the Idaho 4 case could become a cold case. And the more we head down this road in this direction, the more likely that is that this is going to happen. Because for Brian Kohberger to get found guilty of this crime beyond a reasonable doubt, then we're going to have to start seeing less of the Teflon Don and seeing more of the Velcro monkey, where some of the shit that they are throwing starts to stick on him. Because at the moment, it just ain't happening. Have yourself a wonderful Friday. That's me done for the day. I'm going to give myself the rest of the day off, he says, as he's filming this and realises he's got loads of editing and uploading and comments and stuff to do. Don't feel sorry for me. I love it. I love it. I choose to do it because I love you. And I'll catch you all in the next one.